G'day mate, Cobber here. Welcome back to the channel. Merry Christmas to you all. I am absolutely buzzing at the moment because I just did one of the guaranteed icon packs and got the sickest pull. I'll place a timestamp in the comments. If you're not here for Pack to Glory, if you've not been a fan of the series before and you just want to see that icon pack, then you can go and check that one out and skip today's episode. For those of you that are part of the series, welcome back to the channel. We've got some really cool gameplay today. We've got a decent pull to start off today's pack, and Alan for that FUTMAS pack. So our luck today has just been exceptional. We bring Alan into the squad. He can be used for any sort of challenges when it comes to Syria, and of course he links into our Roberto Carlos icon, so he can go into the squad. We also managed to get in VIDAL in today's episode. You'll see him a little bit later on, but where we pick up right now is in champs. When we last left off in stream, I was 7 wins from 9 games, and we had hashtag Cobber's Dream to get 14 wins and get 2 red picks for tomorrow. So we're going to pick up today from where we left off, playing in some pretty solid opposition, and I was on a time frame as well. I had Christmas dinners and barbecues and all sorts of family events to get to, so I had to grind out these 14 wins by Saturday lunchtime. So I couldn't play through. Champs had been extended, but I had to get these done ASAP really quick, and thankfully we managed to clutch up on several occasions. There was a few star men of today's episode, and they are our 5-star weak foot players in Kent and Dembele. Kent is a dream of a card. If you didn't manage to get Kent from the Old Firm derby, then I feel a little bit sorry for you, or at least you didn't manage to get one of the 2 options, because he came up clutch time and time again for me. And now I've become a converted Rangers fan, because I definitely want to see them go further so that he gets those upgrades. And we now have a bunch of upgradable cards in our team, actually, because of all the League and OS cards. So hopefully, and I'm going to be definitely tuning in to a bunch of the Europa League. I don't usually watch a lot of Europa, more so the Champions League. Of course, Arsenal's games that I watch in Europa League. Unfortunately, we've been in the Europa League for quite some time now, so I do watch Arsenal's games, but I don't watch a lot of the Portuguese league or the Scottish league, so I'll definitely be tuning into them. Now, in this champs game here, which I really desperately needed the win, I went down 2-0 early, which was not a good sign. Thankfully, Cavani showing a bit of nice dribbling. I'd stay away from skilling with Cavani, but if you just dribble with him, he actually has some tight net close control. And he puts one away to bring it back for me, and then I go down again, and I'm like, no, the clock is ticking. I'm not going to get these 14 wins, and it's right on the 45th minute, 3-1 down. You never want to go 3-1 down in champs, but I felt like I could come back. I went ultra attacking, all out attack, and then bang, there's that 5-star weak foot Dembele. He puts one back for me. Then we have Tellez with some tight net dribbling on the edge of the 18, lays it across to the top of the 18, and Kent just wallops that one into top bins. He can use either foot, and the comeback is on. The dream is alive. We find Dembele once more, near post finish OP. He slots that one home, 4-3. We bring it back, and I am fist pumping like a champ here. Super excited that the dream is still alive, and I might just be able to grind out these wins in time before we have to go to this family barbecue. And of course, I'm looking forward to the family barbecue, but at the same time, we want Cobber's dream to come true. Can we get the 14 wins for the boys and have those red picks ready on Thursday for your viewing pleasure? So next game, we are versing probably one of the weaker teams that we had the fortune of playing. And again, I have gone behind early. I'm 1-0 down, a bunch of rebounds there, frustrated for sure. But it is not over yet. 53rd minute, Cavani picks up the ball on the edge of the area, a couple of 1-2s. We find Kent, and when Kent gets inside the box, Kent knows where the back of the net is. And that again, he scores for us, and the dream is alive. And then we get the ball to Dembele in the 107th minute with a 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he doesn't put away his dinner. And I was thinking, no, this is not going to penalties. I do not want to go to penalties. And thankfully, from the corner kick, I play it in short. I'm working the ball around, trying to be patient. We get the ball to the cheap Messi, Silva, and Bernardo. He, with that left-footed finesse inside the box, he always finds the corner. And I am hyped on that one. That's another win in the bank. Champs is some sweaty business, and we are now on 9 wins out of the 14 needed. And we get a message here. I'm not going to open the message because this channel is friendly for everyone when it comes to the rating of the content, and that was not a very friendly message that person sent me. He was ticked off. It is never nice to lose an extra time, but you shouldn't really be sending people hateful messages, so we'll leave that one not to air today. It's not actually the first, and I'm sure it won't be the last time that someone's sent me a pretty angry message, but we seem to clutch up there, and I never respond. I just let them go. So moving into the next game, we get a pretty easy goal for Di Maria. This is probably one of the easiest sides that we got to play against. This dude was a good player, but I always kind of felt like I was going to win it, and we just, again, playing our usual game, looking after the ball, trying to find central pockets of space inside, always trying to pull out those centre-backs and get the ball into the feet of our strikers. And Cavani puts one away. He's going at more than a goal contribution a game at the moment. His dribbling sometimes leaves a little bit to be desired, but he is a fantastic finisher. And another fantastic finisher usually is Kent, who missed a little bit of an opportunity there, and this guy goes up the other end and gets himself a consolation goal in the 85th minute. But that was a little bit too late in the end, and I still managed to go on and win this one 2-1. And you can see a very sloppy goal there from his players, and we currently sit on 11 wins. That's actually one of the highest we've been so far in Champs, because I don't usually play through my Champs games at all. In fact, I only usually play to about 6 or so games, but because we're on holidays, I finally have a bit of time to play. And you can see I've just shown the squad here because I brought in Zidane, because things are starting to get a little bit sweaty. I brought in Kent into the starting 11 to see what he's like when he's not on that base 5 chemistry, to try him out on 7 chem and see if he's a little bit better. And then we get ourselves another opponent which doesn't have the strongest team. This Aguero, however, was causing me problems throughout. I never really enjoyed playing against Screen PK either. And you can see I had a bit of an issue with the footage here. It corrupted. This guy actually rage quitted in the 89th, but I had to go and look at the highlights to show you the goals of how we won this one. Vardy is a really good player. His dribbling leaves a little bit to be desired. I'd steer clear of skilling with him and doing like fake shot turns and things. Just stick to that left bumper, right bumper dribbling and just doing tight knit turns, because he doesn't really have the ability to pull off any skills, but he has got a nice finish on him. I think the next goal was a finish from Modric with a finesse into the corner there, and we're on to 12 wins. I have picked up a loss here or there, but just in the name of cutting the footage together and getting all this out, I've mainly focused on the wins today, the victories that we had. I've at this stage I'm on, I think, 12 wins, and I've taken 4 losses. So the record is decent at this point. And if you want me to show more of the losses in future highlight packages from Champs, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and give a really well-rounded approach. But I'll show at the end how many wins and how many losses I ended up for this week's weekend league. And there we have a lead taken there. I finished from Modric. He steps up for the pen. We've missed a bulk load of pens this weekend league, and again the person saves it. So I'm still kind of working on my pen style. I do score a pen, I believe, later on in this video, where I started to change up my style of pens and aim at the center and then move after the run up to get a bit better. But we sweat that one across to make it 2-0 in the 63rd. This guy's also picked up a red card, and then he goes and level, and well, I guess puts the pressure on. He doesn't level it up, but adds one in the 75th to make it 2-1 with a cutback there. Really sweaty goal. And he actually doesn't celebrate, so credit to him. But then thankfully he's now on 2 red cards. He was very frustrated at this point. He was diving in all sorts, and we just kept our cool because I really needed this win here so that we could get all of our wins under our belt and qualify. And you can see there's another hate message sent through. I don't know what the deal is with people on Champs, but it's getting real competitive out here these days, and not so friendly. And I don't respond. I just keep playing and try and enjoy the game for what it is, and which is hard to do sometimes. But hey, at the end of the day, it is just a game. Next opponent that we come up against here, you can see this guy's been playing for quite some time. He's got that Moments Walcott, which means that he's been playing since all the way back near the start of the game cycle. A few solid icons in there as well. So I definitely have my work cut out for myself here. Thankfully, we take an early lead in the 7th minute, and from there we kind of pressed on, and we're going full try hard mode here to to secure the win and get that one in the bag and keep the dream alive. And at 2-0 after 40 minutes, we then put another one in the 41st with that 5-star weak foot of our boy Dembele. And then Zidane with the pen. You can see a little bit of a better style for me to move it whilst I'm running up. We finally scored a pen. I think I was about my 7th pen of the weekend league, and I'd only scored one up to that point. And then I was hoping he'd quit at that point so I could get on to the next game, but he persisted. He goes back to 4-1, and I think from memory that's it for the game. So 4-1. There's the 14 wins. Hashtag Cobber's Dream. It is in the bag, boys, and yeah, we'll have some red packs for you tomorrow for Boxing Day to see if we can get some solid pulls to add to our squad. And on the note of adding to our squad, I thought I may as well go and do a FUTMAS VIDAL, because I knew that VIDAL was coming out about 5 days ago. If you follow me on Twitter, there'll be links in the description below. I had a few FUTMAS leaks actually throughout the course of FUTMAS, and I will have often leaks for marquee matchups and things, so feel free to follow me on there, because I won't always have them in the videos, so you can get ahead if you're trying to do any trading or that sort of thing. So I've been keeping a little bit of coins to the side here for VIDAL, because I absolutely love this VIDAL card. He is a monster of a card. And as you can see from the little bit of the conversation here, if he is good enough for professional Red Bull player Boris Legend, then he is good enough for me, and I will happily take him in my team to link up with Dembele, because obviously Dembele has been the star man, and you can see his stats just across the board are exceptional, from defending through to physicals. And I can see me playing hundreds, if not thousands, of games with VIDAL in the side, so he can slot into our team nicely. At present, he won't get complete chemistry in the team. We're going to jig things around. We'll take out Renato Sanchez for now and place him on the subs bench. I did give up Benzema to do this SBC, which you might think is a little bit crazy, but I have not loved Benzema. There's just a lot of things lacking with his card. I do prefer Cavani over him. So we'll bring in VIDAL. We'll put Thiago Mendes, and I'll just jig this one back round to a 4-3-2-1, and that means every single player in the side right now will get 10 chem, other than Carlos, who I've actually really enjoyed as centre-back, and VIDAL will be on 8 chem, whereas everyone else will be on 10. Happy with this team at the moment, that's for sure. Maybe it could do with an icon. The new base icon pack is now only about 300k you can get away with doing. So if we were to insert some of these players into the right spots, and if we do a write-off rewards tomorrow, then it might be time to go and do our first base icon pack on Pack to Glory on the first owner only RTG, which of course this club is. It's first owner only throughout. So here is the base icon pack. I did this on the content account, which is also first owner only. We see that Brazilian flag, and I'm pumped at this point with the right wing, because that is going to be none other than Garrincha, the 900k player. So that's a 600k profit, 90 pace, 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, 93 dribbling, 88 passing. That is what I'm talking about. So after packing Blanc on the content account, we then go and pack Garrincha, and that account now is packed full of some pretty top-notch first owner cards. And the fact that I have never spent 1 cent on that account, it's just the one that I started the year off on, which gave me the hunger and the desire to go and make a first owner only account for you guys here on Pack to Glory. I was pretty hyped to see a pull of that caliber. And it's got me thinking that it may just be time to go and kind of dump a bunch of these players that we've got, like Vardy, players that really we probably could give up and go and do this on Pack to Glory. Let me know if you think it's time in the comments below here. You can see these are some of the first and only cards that I have in the other account. Of course, this is not part of Pack to Glory. It's just the other account I've got sitting there for a rainy day, for future series and things. I'm yet to even use Blanc and Garrincha, so I'm going to have a game with them at some point. Anyway, that is all from today's episode, guys. Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you had an exceptional day. And yeah, thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And until next time, take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.